Production workshops, they are come in different shapes and forms. The main one is a 9-day workshop where people come in for 9 days. We have a live band and we're recording and mixing one song completely from top to bottom. From nothing there, actually from a demo situation where we arrange, maybe rearrange the song a little bit and for the production part of it, and then go into the technical part in terms of setting up microphones, trying a lot of different microphones, figuring out the room acoustics, figuring out where to put the drum set, and so on and so on, all the way down to like overdubs and acoustic guitars and whatever, and all the way to the mix. And then in the mix we explore different situations of reverb, outboard gear, how you patch it, in what order, what do you use it for, different compressors, and work our way all the way from to the final master. If there's time, we actually go to a mastering studio in town, talk to those guys, see what they want to see from us engineers, producers, in terms of what they want delivered. And yeah, that's a 9-day thing, one starting 2 days from now. Sometimes we have slightly different version of it where we have a little bit more famous band play, like King's X, and we take the first 4 days of their album project and invite people to come in and be part of it, more as a see and watch kind of thing, or listen and watch kind of thing, rather than getting involved, you know. And the band does, and we do our thing, but the 9-day workshops is like totally hands-on. Everybody can make suggestions and everybody can ask questions, and you know, that's why we're here. Try to get into the depth of it. It's not about a certain kind of recording system or anything like that. It's more about the principles of things. Where do you put the mic, about acoustics and sound waves and phase and that kind of stuff. And I'm in the fortunate situation that I can afford a whole bunch of mics and preamps and stuff like that. And sometimes it's very interesting for people to see the different sounds of preamps, which is sometimes minuscule, but you know, we're working in a microcosm, so that sometimes makes all the difference. So to get the chance to try out different compressors and mic preamps is, you know, and when do you ever have the time to do that? If you are in a tracking situation, you know, everything has to run, and you have to go work based on your experience. In this case, we can fool around a little bit. We can try stuff that's not normal. You know, we can go, hey, let's hook up this mic for that, which you never would do normally, and see what comes out. Might not work, you know, but sometimes there's stuff coming out that's where you go, no, I'm going to do that from now on, you know. And it's there's people from all over the world. I had people from Hawaii, from Africa, actually, from Scotland, Ireland, Germany, all over the world, Spain. And all kinds of levels of experience too. So it's not like something where you already have to have reached a certain level of experience. And that is the main kind of workshop that I do. There's other kinds, but this is the main thing. ES for Hire is basically a workshop situation where I go to a studio. I would come to your place and we work on your equipment, on your speakers, and try to like bring my experience into your place. You have questions. Sometimes people get to a plateau and they can't move on from there in terms of like getting stuck there. And this is a good situation where you can, oh, that's how you do it, you know, and then it opens up a whole other situation for them. But it's different from the normal workshop here that in terms of that I go to their studio, and it can be much more personal because it can be just one person. It can also, they can invite other people, you know, other engineers, and then the whole workshop happens with a bunch of people in their place. So it's a different kind of workshop. The reamping, or real amping, the way I call it, is a service that I offer. With today's recording setups, a lot of times engineers work in a, let's call it a bedroom situation, where they can't crank an amp because they're going to get shot by the neighbors, and specifically here in Tennessee. And so I offer a service where you basically record your guitar direct into your recording medium and then send me those files together with a rough mix of the song. And I send it back out through my array of guitar amps, fantastic microphones and preamps and stuff like that, and maybe some other gear that I use on guitars. And then I send it back to them, you know, send them back an MP3, they like it, and then they can download the file, the full res file. That's a service, and that came together with the development of the MW1, or actually those went hand in hand. The MW1 basically is made for that, so you can record your guitar, and you can record it direct into your DAW, but you can also hook it up to an amp at the same time, or a emulator. So you don't have to blast it, but you get more of a feel of what it might sound like, and then we do the real thing when you send me the files. Even though it bears my name on it, I helped developing the product, but I have nothing to do with the actual sale of it. That is Creation Audio Labs. Can be found under creationaudiolabs.com, and they sell it and they build it, and you know, it was just we worked together on this box to make it, to come up with it. You know, they asked me what I wanted, and if what kind of box I would need, and that's what came out of it. And but they are building it, they're selling it, not my baby. So, but obviously I use it. I think, and you know, doing those workshops, when we do different tests of different things, on a few of them we've tested DI boxes, and so far unanimously, and there's some really experienced ears sometimes there, you know, unanimously in blind tests, everybody picked the MW1 as their favorite DI box, which is kind of weird because it doesn't have a transformer, you know, it's all electronics, and it's just, they came up with a good box. You know, sometimes you see recording gear being made by people that are actually not recording. And I think it's very important that you're at the front lines, that you're in the trenches, that you know, oh, this is a problem, how do we solve it? And then come up with resolutions for it. You know, if you just build yet another mic pre or something, it's, so what? You know, but if you build one that's specifically or tailored for something in particular, or like the MW1, that is just made for that purpose, you know, then I think that's very important. Having the right tool is what it's all about. Be it a microphone, be it a mic pre or compressor or recorder or whatever, every tiny little bit counts in this. You know, and if you have a little mistake in there of this size, once you have 64 tracks of it, it's going to be a massive blow up. And so, like I said, we're working in microcosms, and everything has to be right. So, yes, I think it's very important to get it right from the ground level up.